Was it the title? So,
Alright, Shalom. First and foremost, we're going to start off by giving all praise and glory
to Yahweh, Bahashim Yahushai, Bahashim Chakudash.
Double honors to the apostles and elders of Yeshua that rule well. And salutations to you, Akim, out there in the highways and the byways, preaching His word in truth and in sincerity. And, me and this brother, yesterday we were reading the book of Exodus, chapter 18. And we happened to come across, the situation where Jethro, Moses' father-in-law, was telling Moses the breakdown how to basically lead the people. How to because everybody was going to him for answers and all that, and Jethro told him nah, you can't be doing that. You're gonna worry yourself. Teach all these people the law so they may know it. Then gather men that fear the Lord and that are sincere. Basically that they hate covetousness. Set them up as leaders of thousands, leaders of hundreds, 50s, 10s, so on and so forth. And when you read one of the text commentaries, one of the guy who gives a breakdown, which some of those are good breakdowns. You just gotta pick the meat from the bones. When these guys do those commentaries, But one of the guys basically said, quoted, what's that word? Delegate? Yeah. Delegation is the practice of leadership, not the abandonment of it. And that's basically what Jethro was telling Moses to do, to raise up other leaders to be leaders, not just to tell them what to do, but to raise them up so they could be leaders as well, so they could lead others right and build up other leaders as well. And that's how we're supposed to be in this truth, man. We're supposed to build up. We're supposed to know how to lead. To the point where we're not just telling whoever we give orders to, just to do something. That's it. But we're making sure they know how to lead as well, and they're able to raise up leaders as well. And
I got the account next to 13.
Go ahead. You get it.
Yeah, Exodus 18, verse 13. And it came to pass on the morrow that Moses sat to judge the people, and the people stood by Moses from the morning unto the evening. And when Moses' father-in-law saw all that he did to the people, he said, What is this thing that thou doest to the people? Why sittest thou thyself alone, and all the people stand by thee from morning unto evening, or even? Verse 15. And Moses said unto his father-in-law, Because the people come unto me to inquire of the Most High. When they have a matter, they come unto me, and I judge between one and another, and I do make them know the statutes of the Most High and his laws. And Moses' father-in-law said unto him, The thing that thou doest is not good.
Right, because he was taking too much, too much burden upon himself.
Verse 18. Thou wilt surely wear away, both thou and this people that is with thee, for this thing is too heavy for thee. Thou art not able to perform it thyself alone. Hearken now unto my voice. I will give thee counsel, and the Most High shall be with thee. Be thou for the people to Godward, like facing the Most High, that thou mayest bring the causes unto the Most High.
Right, so he's giving the breakdown. Okay, you keep on doing what you're doing. You talk to the Most High for Israel.
In verse 20, and thou shalt teach them ordinances and laws.
Right, so now, teach them as well. Don't just tell them. Don't just, when they come to you, oh yeah, well, this is what you're supposed to do, and that's it, just let them go walk by. But teach everybody the laws and commandments of Yahweh Bashim Yahushai, so that they may know them, and they may be able to deal matters within themselves. They won't have to come to you. And if they and set up leaders among them, and when you set up those leaders, whenever somebody cannot deal with a situation, they'll go to those leaders. If those leaders cannot deal with that situation, then they'll come to you. That's basically what the breakdown he's giving him.
Khan. Back in Exodus 18 and 20, and thou shalt teach them ordinances and laws, and shalt show them the way wherein they must walk, and the work that they must do. Moreover, thou shalt provide out of all the people able men, such as fear the Most High, men of truth, hating covetousness, and place such over them to be rulers of thousands, and rulers of hundreds, rulers of fifties, and rulers of tens. And let them judge the people at all seasons. And it shall be that every great matter they shall bring unto thee, but every small matter they shall judge. So shall it be easier for thyself, and they shall bear the burden with thee.
And there you go. But the point was that's how we're supposed to do. Like, when we lead, we gotta lead with the mindset of making sure they're growing as leaders as well, so they may lead the flock. Because we're gonna be leaders, if we're not already, and then when we're gone, they're gonna have to take care of the flock. So this is like a what do you call it, a chain reaction. So like that, you're happy, like, okay, if I'm gone, this man will be able to take care of these matters, so on and so forth. We can't just be a boss. A boss just tells you what to do. A leader goes out and shows you and make sure you understand it, make sure you're able to do it right. You tell others to do it right, and you make sure that that person that you're leading is also becoming a good leader, and they're also teaching others to be a leader. You're an example. You're not just telling them what to do. And when it comes to us doing the work of the Lord, we gotta do that.
Okay.
Lead them. As a true leader, like King David. That's what you had, right?
Yeah, I got this. This is 1 Samuel 18 verse 16. But all Israel and Judah loved David, because he went out and came in before them.
Right. He was actually leading. He actually went everywhere where the army went.
Mm-hmm.
Wherever they went, he went. Whenever they came back, he came back with them. He was never on that. Oh, you do this, you do that, and just staying at in Jerusalem while Jake was out there fighting. No, he actually went out there and showed them, making sure everything was done well, so on and so forth. He was a perfect example, man.
Mm-hmm.
And that's why that quote, it hit me, because when you delegate something, it's true. You're practicing leadership. When you abandon it, that's not true leadership. Like the boss at work and all that. They just tell you what to do, and they don't show you, or they don't watch you, make sure you're on point with it. We can't be like that, man. We got to make sure we're living as that good a perfect example, being there with the ones we're leading, and not just falling back, being what do you call those, tyrants?
Yeah, tyrants. Yeah.
Not just saying do this, do that, and we're just chilling. We're not applying those things ourselves, and we're not even making sure, or just telling somebody to do something because you don't want to do it because he's of lower rank. Nah, man. You do the same task, and you show the other individual under you how to do that task, and then once he's built up in that position, then maybe you could leave that burden up to him, because now he's well learned. But if you could get what is it, this in the gospel, it says preferring one another, because when you go into that word preferring, is basically to lead the way. That's what we gotta do. We gotta prefer one another. We gotta lead each other right. Esau's the type of individual that will just tell you what to do and won't lead you, won't watch you grow, won't won't care if you grow or not. You just do it and that's it.
There's Romans 12:10. Be kindly affectionate one to another with brotherly love and honor, preferring one another.
And that's what we gotta do, preferring one another. Make sure we're that good example, just like Yahushua. Yahushua wasn't just telling us, oh, be brotherly, and he was being an asshole to everybody, and he wasn't showing anything. No, he was telling us to be brotherly, and he was giving examples of what true brotherhood is. So we gotta, us having the same mind as Yahushua, we gotta do the same thing. If we're telling brothers to have their videos a day, right? We got to make sure we have ours first. And if they're new, show them ways to make videos, ways to have ideas, and so on and so forth. So they could understand the whole thing. They could get used to doing that. And once you see that, they could also. You got a spider. You got a spider in your neck.
Can you take it off? Dude, take it off.
Yeah, it's gone. So
Sorry, there was a spider on my neck apparently. We're out here in Lincoln Park in the evening, going for a walk, and we stopped at this bench, to do this lesson. Slakia.
So, and like that, once he gets used to, then you can just leave him alone. You already did your job as being a true leader, and then they'll be able to do the same to others. We're not, because he's gonna be the next leader after you.
Okay, precept. This is 1 Timothy 4:16. Take heed unto thyself and unto the doctrine. Continue in them, for in doing this thou shalt both save thyself and them that hear thee. Alright, so we have to know what we're involved in, and what we've learned and what we've been taught, and continue in this walk, just like the apostles and others, before us, you see. And then them that hear us, because there's going to be other Jake waking up, and they're going to have to continue in the same walk, you see. That's why, was it first address or second address about the fire on one side, the what? Second address, yeah. Yeah, second address. There's that little path. Only one can walk through at a time. And there's a whole order to this thing, a whole order to the 144,000, a whole line, and we're following the Lord there. You know what I'm saying? The Lord, is the way to the kingdom. You see? And that's why it's very important for us to know these matters. All right? And be familiar with them, or have tried about, have exercise, certain things, to discern spirits and judgment, and all right? Because there's other men that are coming after us, you see? We're at the end, but Jake is still waking up. All right.
Hey, what better leader, than Yahushua? Yahushua, he gave painted examples, how to really, showing true brotherhood, showing true faith, so that we could learn from it. That he was out there with us. He wasn't chilling in a temple and just making everybody come to him and then go do this, no. He was actually showing us, putting himself in certain situations, when situations arose, how to deal with them according to the scriptures, That's what we got to do, man. We don't want to be those bad leaders. We want to be those leaders that where we have men under us, and somebody above us, comes and checks up on us. They'll be amazed and like, damn, everybody listens. That they're all well organized. That's the type that we want to be. That's why the scriptures. I'm not sure if you know where this is at. Basically, it says that when basically it's going into when the leaders check up on you, they will not be ashamed of your report.
Mm-hmm.
They won't be ashamed. They'll actually be glad to speak of you. Why would they be glad? Because hey, you're a good leader. You're leading, the flock right. You're a good example. You're doing everything, on point. You know, you're not being a tyrant. You're not being trying to be lords over the brothers. You know.
This is, if I may, I think this might be it. 17.
Yep.
Yeah, this is the book of Hebrews, chapter 13, verse 17. Obey them that have the rule over you, and submit yourselves, for they watch for your souls, as they must give account, that they may do it with joy, and not with grief, for that is unprofitable for you.
Right. And if you're a good leader, everybody's gonna, take joy whenever they have to give a report, because you're leading the flock all right. You're doing everything on point. You know, you're being that example. You know, because if you're not, then everything is gonna be all fucked up. Then they're gonna have to go report back to their leaders. Like, oh man, fuck. They're gonna start fixing. They're gonna need to fix things. They're gonna feel that, you know what, I'm gonna have to stay out here for a bit just to get things in order because this man can't do it. You know, it's gonna be more of a burden, man. You know, so we gotta first, learn ourselves, and what we know, teach to others. Make sure they understand. Make sure they're learning as well. You know. I got one. This is John 3:15. It says, "For I have given you an example that ye should do as I have done unto you." And this was when after Yahushua washed the feet of the disciples. So he was that perfect example of how to lead. So now, hey, we have the blueprint. So now once we learn these things, we gotta do the same and be those examples. And raise up other leaders and not just be tyrants or lords over each other.
What did you read, John? What?
13, 15.
Oh, 13, yeah.
I got another one. This is 1 Peter 5 and 1 Peter 5 and 2. It says, "Feed the flock of Yahweh which is among you, taking the oversight thereof, not by constraint, but willingly, not for filthy lucre, but of a ready mind." You see, you're not doing this for money. You're not doing this by force. We should want to build leaders. There's a thing that I heard today. It says, if you know what you're fighting for, the fight becomes easy.
Yeah.
Hey, we know what we're fighting for. We're fighting for what? To bring our nation back. Bring our nation back to Yahweh Bashim Yahushai. So once we understand that, it's gonna become easier because we're gonna know exactly what to do. And everything is right here. So we're gonna be happy when we do this, man. Oh yeah, man. Raising up kids, man. It's kind of like that. That's why Paul told Timothy, he called him his, basically his spiritual son. Because that's what we do. Hey, this society never taught us anything, man. So hey, like the apostles of Great Millstone are what? Our spiritual fathers. So that's what that's the spirit we gotta have. Constantly feeding them. Constantly taking care with a sincere heart for the best for their best interests, not your own. Doing willingly, happy. Not for money, but a ready mind. Okay, what can I teach my flock next? What can I? Oh man, I just learned this. You know what? Let me teach them also as well, so they can know it. Like one of the most humbling things I heard an elder say is that Apostle Tahar once said, "I want you guys to know what I know." And Apostle Tahar has a lot of knowledge. Like, that's all he wants. He's not just telling us what to do just to do it. He actually wants us to be good leaders for Yahweh Bashim Yahushai. And ultimately that falls on us as well. Because if we give it a bad example, we're the problem of it. Because we didn't correct it, or we didn't take the steps as leaders should to lead the right way. It says verse 3, "Neither as being lords over Yahweh's heritage, but being examples to the flock." So we're not just here giving orders and do this, you do that, and boasting in this and boasting in that. But no, we're also telling telling others what to do, but we're also showing them how to do it. We're out there in the battlefield with them, you know? You got something else? No? Yeah. So like, yeah. I got one more. You know, and Esau does that. You know, Esau and these other heathen, they do that. You know, when we're not, us as a nation, we're the perfect example of being brotherly. You know, of what true brotherhood is, of what true leadership is. You know, these nations don't have it.
I got one real quick.
Oh, I found it. So if you got one, go ahead.
This is Acts 20 and 28. Take heed therefore unto yourselves and to all the flock over the which the Holy Spirit hath made you overseers, to feed the church of the Most High, which he hath purchased with his own blood. So, this isn't a light thing. All right. So, all right, we got to know these things, these breakdowns. All right. So we could feed the flock properly, so that they could do so as well. They could do the same, and bring other able men that are meet for repentance, that are going to do the same and learn this and teach it as well.
Yeah, but which did you get?
Verse 28, Acts 20.
Khan, we can end it with this. This is Mark 10 and 42. 41, it says, and when the 10 heard it, they began to be much displeased with James and John. But Yahushua called them to him and said unto them, ye know that they which are accounted to rule over the Gentiles exercise lordship over them, and their great ones exercise authority upon them. Right? So this is how they rule. This is how they lead. They're not true leaders. They just tell them what to do and so on and so forth. This is, but so shall it not be among you. But whosoever will be great among you shall be your minister, and whosoever of you will be the chiefest shall be servant of all. For even the Son of Man, even Yahushua showed this example. It says, for even the Son of Man came not to be ministered unto, but to minister and to give his life a ransom for many. You see? So that's what we gotta do, Make sure we're those good examples, and we're not just practicing lordship and just do this, just do that. Making sure the flock is being fed right, growing correctly. There's no schism, there's no weird things, all that, to the best of your ability, So like that, and like that, everything is gonna work like a well-oiled machine, man. Everybody's gonna be in the same accord, and the Lord will be pleased with you. Because if not, the Lord, if you're just bad example, bad leader, the Lord is gonna take you out.
Mm-hmm.
We have to, and that also goes back to loving each other, man. Like I gave that example with the son, having a son or a little brother. You want your little brother to not make the same mistakes you do. So you teach him the right way. You make sure you tell him what to abstain from, how to abstain from certain things, what to do in certain situations, how to do it. You give them the whole breakdown. Why? Because you care about them. Same thing with us. So so that's basically it. Just remember that delegation is the practice of leadership and not the abandonment of it. When you abandon leadership is when you're not being a true leader, when you're just being a tyrant or a lord, trying to be a lord over somebody. But when you practice it and you're being a true leader, that's when you don't just tell them, but you actually are out there showing them, making sure everybody understands, just like the examples we gave. So just keep that in mind, Akim, and hopefully you're brought edified. So with that, we're gonna end it by giving our praise and glory
to Yahweh, Ba'Hashem Yahushai, Ba'Hashem Rakakudash.
Double honors to the apostles and elders of Yesharala that rule well, and salutations to you, Akim, out in the highways and the byways, preaching his word in truth and in sincerity. Shalom.
Shalom.
Abba.